Happy Easter, Sammy. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Hey, Robert is in the house. I'm doing great. How are you, Robert? Happy Easter weekend, everyone. Let's see if we can get some traction. Hey, thank you so much, Sammy. I know I could always count on you. That's good. That's good. I enjoyed your video. Thought it was great. Fantastic. Everyone should have a YouTube channel. Hey, it's Steven's Talk Show. Hi, Steven. How you doing? Hey, did you make it over to Daisy Lynn's live today? She did a great job, I thought. Happy Easter, Sammy. That's right. Sunday morning in the Philippines. All right, we'll kill that music. I like that music. Hi, Steven. Lazy Larry's in the house. Hey, that was kind of a short but sweet live stream at Chris and Cebu. I thought Johnny was funny. Johnny talking about how to meet women. I thought it was funny. You go up just like we do in the States and you say hello. Lazy Larry says hi. Hi, Sammy. Happy Easter and happy Easter weekend, everyone. Hi, Robert. Hey, Lazy Larry, Robert did a video. You got to go check it out. Of course, we need a link. Hey, can someone drop Robert's link? Because he's hecka hard to find unless you have the link up. You know, he's got a pretty common name. Good for you. Good for you, Stephen and Robert. Yeah, Robert's first video. Please like and subscribe, you guys. How many you got? How many subs you got now, Robert? Are you getting them going? Lazy Larry says hi, Steven's Talk Show. Oh, you did drop the link? Okay. Did you drop it? Hey, did you drop it here in my channel? Did you drop it here in the live? Feel free to. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and copy the invite to the stream. Copy it to the clipboard, and I don't know how to pin it, but let me paste it here. Let me paste it here in the chat. All right, there it is. 7. Hey, 7 7 is better than 0. So listen, you gained 2 since I joined, because I think you had 5 when I joined. All right, so there's the link if you want to come up on the panel and have some fun. I just don't know how to pin this. Anyway, such is life when you get older. So yeah, that is today's topic, right? Growing old gracefully in the Philippines. The thing is that Filipinos grow older in the Philippines gracefully, and the reason is because they look young. They always look young. Yeah, I met a 70-year-old there last time I was in the Philippines a couple of years ago, before the global incident, and my goodness, he didn't look a day over 45. Young, strong, healthy looking man. Okay, you can pin it. You need to go to YouTube. Oh, okay, all right. I'm just I hate to go to the YouTube app, because then I end up echoing and doing all that crap. So we'll just go ahead and leave it right here, and then if you guys want to join, just go click on this on the thing, the link, and I'll go ahead and practice off camera pinning it. I know it comes easy to you youngsters. It takes me a little while of having to learn how to figure everything out. So anyway, yeah, that's what I was talking about. Okay, so I just wanted to talk about that phenomenon a little bit, and then the impact of Western culture on the Philippines. Will it cause prices to rise, and what will retirement look like for us guys that are moving over to the Philippines? We have this expectation of trips gone by, where we had things like inexpensive food to eat and inexpensive housing and all those different things. But it's not necessarily, in the beginning, it was the Westerners bringing over their own culture. They bring over their own customs, start building Western style houses with Western style bathrooms. Holy smokes, they start using toilet paper. They start creating a market for toilet paper in the Philippines. And I'm a bum gun kind of guy. I'm not too keen on using toilet paper, not even here in the US of A. So, oh, that's great, Robert. You've gotten 35 views and 7 followers so far. I think that's fantastic. I can use my phone to do it. Okay, I'll try and mess around with it. Oh, hey, James. James, how's it going? How are things going for you? Dan the man, I hope all is right with everything for you. Yeah, it's going great. I'm retired and inspired, and I've been thinking about you, man. How's everything going? Glad you stopped by to say hey. Appreciate it. Truly appreciate it. Lazy Larry says hello. And so the thing about building Western houses and doing all this stuff is that, hey, Robert, there you are, man.
How you doing, Dan?
Hey, doing great. You look. Let me unplug my speaker out so I don't get feedback there. Okay, I had an external speaker there. So okay, there. Now I think I got things in perspective. Hey, so you look perfect in that chair. For a moment there, I thought I was on Sammy's channel. For a moment, I thought I had a yeah. There you go. I thought I was going through some kind of event. I thought I was having a stroke or something. So anyway, thanks for joining us up here. So the point is that it's the Filipinos now that want to import Western culture. That's the point that I'm trying to make. So when we go over there and we start building houses Western style, well, Filipinos, they want that. They want to enjoy the middle class lifestyle that they see on TV when they watch television shows in the West. And also, when you go into their neighborhoods, when you go into their barangays and you see the way that we're living, then they want to copy it, and that drives the price of everything up, because then you got construction costs going up and all those other things. And so, what does it do for the Westerners that wanted to escape all the expensive costs of housing and food and all the other things that go with it? Well, it drives our costs up also, and so eventually it catches up with us. And so I've been thinking about this for years, and I've been thinking, the idea is for some of us that are moving there is that you try and buy a little bit of time. You try and buy a little bit of time. So 10 years, 15 years, that sort of thing. James said, oh, you're working your butt off. Yeah, I was wondering about that. I hadn't gotten a chance to talk to Craig, so I wasn't sure what was going on. Well, I'm kind of glad to hear it. Good for you, man. Congratulations. Okay, all right, sounds good. You're making your breakfast. That's good. You got to eat. And besides that, it's Easter Sunday in the Philippines. Robert, where'd you disappear to? Where did you go, my friend? Oh, thank you so much, Tikia Zamora. Hey, a good friend of mine, their last name is Zamora, spelled exactly the same way. Live in Sacramento, California. One of a very, very nice family. Oh, there you are. All right.
I accidentally kicked off, Dan.
Oh, I've done that. Have I done that before?
Yeah.
Billy is here. Billy, hey, thanks for stopping by. Are you having a nice weekend? Are you having a nice
You got
Saturday?
you,
So, what do you think about what I said about the housing thing? You think it's
Dan.
possible?
Dan, you have an echo going on?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I already have an issue, huh? Hey, Minnie, do you have your phone on? You know? Okay, I don't know where it might be coming from because I'm not seeing any other device that I've got going on that's active, and I'm not on YouTube on the TV in the house or anything. So let me know if it clears up, if that echo clears
Let me
up.
make sure it's not on my end, Dan. All right.
If you guys are hearing that echo, then chime in. That will help us out. You work at Top Golf. Come on by sometime. You're welcome. Okay, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I haven't seen you in a long time. I kind of wondered what was going on with you. And Craig, I can't get his attention, so that's where I'm at on that. James Ballesteros. You guys might notice the last name is a Filipino last name. One of my relatives.
Guess what it was, Dan?
Oh, it was.
Is
Oh,
mine was running in the background.
oh, you never know with me though. That's the whole thing,
Well, see, I'm
because
still new to it too, so I'm learning StreamYard and all that
believe
stuff.
me, I understand. Believe me.
And when I met, I think when you did me's interview, I typed something that I had some questions for you
Oh,
about some
okay.
of the processes of when you how you did getting everything set up to retire in the Philippines.
Oh man, well, I'm still working on it, but I'm making progress. I think it's very
Yeah,
exciting. Like shoot a question at me. I'm ready to go.
yeah, I've gotten some pretty solid answers on some things. I'm on Social Security disability, and I haven't applied for my VA benefits yet. Um,
Okay.
I've kind of got a straight answer about the the disability that it can be transferred when I go to the Philippines, and I'll still get paid. What I
Right.
wasn't clear on is I get Medicare and Medicaid,
Oh, okay. That's fun. That's fun stuff.
and I'm not sure if that I get some answers. It was saying if I go over there, it'd be 75% coverage. Some are saying no.
Who's telling you
So,
that?
well, I'm going on Social Security's actual website.
Okay, so what you do if you had a supplemental policy that is connected to that your Social Security,
Yeah.
then that supplemental policy kicks in for emergencies, but it's not for primary care. It's not like
Okay.
we're going to the doctor for regular checkups and stuff like that. It's for
Okay.
when the big event occurs, the
Okay.
stroke or the heart
Okay.
attack.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, so but it has to be tied, it has to be like a plan N that's tied to your Social Security check, so where you get the supplemental. So, like for example, I have the regular Plan A, Plan B, and then I
Yeah.
bought a supplemental Plan N because I know that if I go to the Philippines and there's an emergency, my Plan N, which is I think Cigna Health will cover.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
They will cover. So
All
it's
right.
like it's kind of
Because
like
right now I'm through United Healthcare is the one I have.
right, but VA, if you got the VA, they'll do service related
Yeah. Well,
stuff like
I
that.
haven't applied for anything in the VA yet. Dan. Be honest, I was kind of holding off on that I am going to do it before I go over. Um. So I know that would cover anywhere I'm at. So.
Well, you got Guam. If you needed some serious, health care that couldn't be provided in the Philippines, you have Guam. But I mean, things are changing at the VA in the Philippines, from what I understand, and so you're going to have to check it out. They're just handling. Before a couple of years ago, they were handling everything. You go there for regular primary care, but
mm,
now they're only handling service related stuff.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, so you're going to have some backup, but medicine, the cost of medicine or medical care in the Philippines, relatively speaking, it's not expensive, but it's still going to cost you a little bit of money.
Okay.
Okay, there
Because
is
as
health
it is in
insurance available.
Yeah, because as it is in the States now, I mean, I have zero copay on anything.
I know it's a beautiful thing.
Um, and before I go, I've been really trying to get. See, I had a knee replacement surgery on my left knee about 6 years ago.
Right.
So
Let
now
me check down.
the right
Let
knee is starting to do that, and I'm trying to get that done before I go.
get everything done.
Yeah,
Get rebuilt. Become the bionic Robert. Let me
yeah,
jump down here because FL Woods, he just tells it like it is. So FL Woods is here, and he says Medicare and Medicaid are useless in the Philippines. You would have to fly out of country. VA is good at VA hospital. So here's the thing: Medicare and Medicaid would be accepted in Guam, but
okay,
there are co-pays attached to it because you're considered to be out of area.
yeah, yeah,
See, so there would be
yeah,
co-pays associated with that.
okay.
But so medical, you have to do a lot of research on.
Yeah, that's what I was saying when I was researching, Dan. I was getting some answers, and then I was reading stuff that was contradicting what I just read.
Right, right.
So I was getting kind of confused and getting frustrated, and I was searching for like a couple of hours, trying to get answers, and I just finally got so frustrated that I said, I got to take a break from this, and
No, no. The best way to handle it, I'm going to tell you, and the way that a lot of us handle it is that we create a cash reserve.
yeah,
So we go over there and we just start saving money, And so here's what I use for a baseline. I'm just going to share it with you, Robert, because I want to tell you how I did it. Open heart surgery at Doctor's Hospital there in Cebu probably runs about $25,000 to $30,000. Now, so I use that. I kind of use that as a benchmark for how much money I should have in reserve.
hmm
So otherwise, I mean, you could start accumulating the cash once you arrive to the Philippines. If you have a big budget right now and you're barely able to make ends meet, then the likelihood is you're going to have to put together the fund on the fly, as you go along.
Yeah.
The money that you're saving off housing expenses and other things, you would divert over into an emergency fund.
Yeah.
But like I said, so FL Wood, he tells the way it is. But Part N in the Part N that you purchase in the United States does cover you for emergencies. And one more thing, so does Kaiser Permanente. I don't know if you know who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've had friends that have gotten ill over there in the Philippines and that maintain their Kaiser insurance, and they were able to go to the emergency room. And even though they had to pay up front, Kaiser reimbursed them 100%. Once they
Wow.
submitted the claim. So I do
Wow.
know that to be a fact also.
That's good to know. I mean,
Yeah.
because like I said, I'm able to find some stuff searching, and some stuff I'm not able to find and get a clear answer on.
Right.
And
Well,
I'm just trying to, like I said, get this knee fixed before I go anywhere. Because I had the left one done, like I said, 6 years ago, and it's the best thing I ever did. The pain's gone. Uh, and I just want to get the right one done to get the pain to go away and to have some
yeah.
stability in my leg again.
No, that's a good plan. That's an
Yeah,
absolute good plan.
and because I know that if I was to try to get that done anywhere over that way, I mean
Right.
that's like a $40,000-$50,000 surgery.
Oh, probably would run you. It probably would only run you something like 5 or 10 grand in
Yeah,
the
but either way, when
Philippines.
you're on disability or retirement, there's just no way you're going to come up with that money to have that done like
Right.
that.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
so I'm going to get it done here where I'm fully covered.
Right.
Do the rehab. I've already spoke with my primary doctor about the stuff I'll need to do before I go. Um, so
Is
like I
it
said,
is it
I'm just trying
actual
to.
is it actual knee replacement surgery that you're going to
Yeah, I
get?
got to have a total knee replacement. Yeah.
Oh, you're going to be down and out for about 6 months, I would think. 6 months
No,
to a
actually,
year,
it
right?
wasn't too bad on the left leg, Dan. I
Yeah.
mean, I was down for like the first couple of weeks. Um, about 7 to 8 days, the staples came out. And then I started physical therapy.
Right.
Within about a month and a half, I had full range motion in the leg,
Oh, great,
and
great.
it was just a matter of strengthening and all that, and building the muscle back up around it, and then working the leg to get the scar tissue uh, to minimize in the leg. Because if you don't do that, the scar tissue will stay there, and that's going to cause you pain.
Right, right.
So it's just a matter of being diligent with the physical therapy and.
No, you're doing it the right way because it's a pain in the ass to try and get around with a bum leg here in the
Yeah. And I've been dealing with it. You know,
because
it's
they don't
just
have sidewalk. They don't have great infrastructure. It's sidewalks and
yeah.
pavement. Hey, look at this. Tikia Zamora was saying that she comes from Bye Bye Leyte. That's where we're headed for retirement, the wife and I. But she's down in Boracay, and I was thinking about Miss Zamora the other day because I was wondering how does a person end up living in Boracay? I mean, it's so gorgeous, it's so beautiful, it's so pristine. That it's kind of like a dream. It's kind of like living the dream. You know what I mean? Being in Boracay
Mhm.
with those beautiful white sandy beaches and crystal clear waters. And
Well,
when they
what I what I remember of the Philippines, I loved it, and I just want to go back. I do. It's
it's
just
home. That's why it's home. You're probably feeling the same feeling that most of us got,
well,
when
of
we
all the
went
places
over
that I
there.
went in the Navy,
Yeah.
that was one of my favorite places that I went, and which I went to other countries, Japan, Australia. We went to Korea. Um, by far the people, the country itself was just, it's a beautiful country. The people are so friendly. Um, which in the United States right now, it's not that way. So
No, it's changed, hasn't it, over the last few years? It's
it
changed
has,
a lot.
it has.
Yeah,
And I mean, I live maybe about 35 miles DC, and
right.
it's far enough away that I'm not dealing with the traffic and stuff like that. But it's starting to spill over and come out this way now, and starting to overpopulate out where I'm at now. So, which of course that's just the nature of it. People want to work for the government, have defense contract jobs, or work for the government. They want to be farther away, and they want to live farther away and commute in.
Yeah, well, it's a
But
little bit scary here because we have all these shootings going on all the time, and so even walking out the front door of your house or apartment, you're taking your life into your own hands.
yeah,
It
yeah,
used to be fun being out and about, going to the mall and things like that, but now you have to have your head on a swivel. You have to always be looking around, um, looking out for your own safety and the safety of your loved ones. I mean, it's a constant battle. FL
yes,
Wood says, "Hi, Lazy Larry."
yeah,
Yeah, and that's what the problem is. But so people, when I first started traveling to the Philippines, I used to come back from those trips, and people used to say to me, "Why would you want to go to a country that's so dangerous?" And I was just kind of laughing, right? I go, "Dangerous? Are you kidding me?"
yeah,
I
no
go,
doubt.
"Yeah, living in the U.S. is dangerous enough for me." I mean, if you can, if you I mean, if you can survive here in the United States, you can survive just about anywhere
Of course.
in the world.
I mean, like I said, I was born and raised on the East Coast, but when I was in the service, I was stationed on the West Coast. So,
That's right.
yeah.
You were down in San
So
Diego, weren't you?
yeah,
Yeah.
and but growing up in the area that I grew up in, Alexandria area around, and Alexandria is only like 2 miles from Washington D.C.
Right.
So
Right.
there, you got always the constant shootings, the crime, the everything's going on.
Yep.
It's not uncommon to turn on the news and you're hearing news that there's been 6 or 7 shootings in DC. But now it's starting to spill over into Fairfax, Arlington, Alexandria. The crime is starting to spill over
Oh, I feel you.
out now.
I feel you.
And
Here's something. FL Woods makes an observation, and yeah, it's quite different. He says here in the Philippines, you're still looking around to see but you're looking around to see who said, "Hey Joe, hey my friend, hey amigo." See, so
yeah,
he's comparing and contrasting the differences, between what goes on here and what's going on over there in the Philippines.
yeah,
So I
my
mean,
understanding. I'm
I
sorry.
one of my first trips, I was like that. I was very nervous because I bought into, what everybody was saying about, you know, how scary and everything, it was over there and how dangerous it was. Hey, Dodger Blue, happy Easter to you. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Hope everything is well with you.
Happy Easter, Dodger.
Yeah. So, I mean, but things haven't changed that much in the Philippines in terms of how the people are, how respectful they are, and how friendly they are, that sort of thing. And I think that may be one of the things that you miss about it. I'm not sure. What do you miss about it since we're talking about it?
I just, I don't know how really to describe it, Dan. I mean, it was one of the one of the places that I went that I felt relaxed. That the people were friendly. There's so many places to go and so many beautiful sites to go. The beaches are great. Um, it was just a wonderful place to be. I mean, I just, it's hard to find the words for it.
It still is, especially Boracay.
Yeah, and it's just the people that, like I said, when I've been on Sammy's stream, and now I'm starting to go to other people's streams now and participate. I mean, first it was Sammy, and then you were the second person that I went on the stream and started interacting.
Right.
And then Sammy helped me set up my own YouTube channel.
Fantastic.
And so I'm, as I say, would you say, I'm still a baby at it. I'm learning still.
Oh man, I'm telling you, I trip and fall all the time.
Mm.
Trip
And
and
I
fall
and
all
I
the
am
time.
I am and I'm learning. You know, I had to you have to download the YouTube Studio and all this stuff and I'm just sitting there, man, and I'm just not technologically smart like that.
You know what the beautiful part of the whole thing is, though, is that you could go straight to YouTube and you could view any tutorial if you
Yeah.
get stuck on something. Um, FL Woods says we can only laugh at the Mindanao is dangerous narrative, and that's absolutely true. If you've been to Mindanao, Mindanao was the place they used to talk about a lot, but it's one of the nicest places that I believe I've ever been. You know, and so I mean, it's very, and I never felt threatened in, but I
Mm-hmm.
do. I mean, I did find myself staying away from certain areas, but certainly Davao City wasn't one of them, and Tagum City wasn't one of them. I mean, those are places that I encourage people to go and visit. You can transport yourself into those places and not even realize that you have left the United States. That is how good the infrastructure is in those
Mm-hmm.
parts of the Philippines. It's kind of like walking. You know, it's kind of like a Davao kind of reminds me of the town that I grew up in, but it has excellent infrastructure. They have recycling bins. They pick up the trash weekly, just like they do in the West, and they have a world famous water treatment facility there, and so that people can
Wow.
actually drink the water
Wow.
from the tap. So people have misconceptions about certain areas of the Philippines, and of course, those are going to be the folks that have never been there. Hi, Eddie. Thanks for joining us, man. How's everything going? How's everything going in New Mexico? Beautiful New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Dodger Blue says, hey. And Lazy Larry welcomes Eddie. So let's see, we've got a shout out to Becoming Filipino, the most immersed foreigner in the Philippines with the most information out there. So I think that that's a good suggestion there. Becoming Filipino. And we were talking about growing old gracefully, Robert, and that's what we started talking about. How you're going to go ahead and get the knees done and everything, and make sure you're ready to go. But here's my, can I share my pet peeve with you? You know?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So in the Philippines, one thing I noticed is they don't grow hair there.
Mm.
They don't have facial hair, right? So I'm going to be shaving everything. But you see,
Yeah.
most Filipinos they don't shave on a daily basis. They shave maybe once a week or something like that because they don't grow this hair so quickly. So
Mm-hmm.
I promised my wife when we move there that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shave the mustache off and everything. But I promised myself when I started getting older, right, that I was that. Have you ever noticed here in the States that you'll run into these you know, older guys that have retired that aren't so well kept, where you'll see, you know, hair growing out of their nose and their ears
Yeah.
and coming out
Yeah.
of every orifice that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, oh, Sammy's here. Sammy, what do I got to do here to get you into the live? What do I got to do here? Are you on camera? Well, anyway, maybe he doesn't have his camera up. So
Kuya,
what I did
I off
was,
my camera because I'm eating. Wait.
oh, you're eating. Okay. So thanks for
Yeah.
joining us up here on the panel. So I don't know if you guys can see this. So it looks kind of funny, but this is a machine that it cuts your hair nose and your nose hair and trims your ears, and you don't have to ask anybody to do it for you, and you don't have to be caught doing strange things Like sticking scissors in your ears or up your nose. Hair grows really fast when you start getting older. I don't know why that is.
I have no clue either, Dan, but it grows everywhere else but up here.
that's my problem. That's my problem also. So I got this little gadget, right? And this little gadget, it takes care of all that business. I don't have to bother anybody.
But as you can see, I'm still being defiant.
You know what? I think it looks great. I think it looks great. I have a friend just like you that has that braided ponytail out and back.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's my way of being defiant. It's gone off the top, but I'm just going to keep growing it on the back.
Yeah. Oh, so that was one thing. So what do you think of that gadget? It's not very expensive, you know.
Yeah, I got one, and I want to invest into a better one that does like all of it. You know what I mean? Like trimming the mustache, everything, and that machine, I think I can get it. Target had it for like $80, but it does the trimming of the mustache, the ears, everything. There's just different attachments to go with it.
In the Philippines, though, they will do, if you go to the barber shop, they will do all those things for you, you know, and it's all included in the price of trimming everything up, you know, and then they'll give you the massage. That was when that happened, when all of a sudden they started massaging me, I was like, hey, what are you doing there? What are you doing there? I started to get nervous, right? I thought it was going to be a Godfather moment, you know? Anyway, look at what Eddie has to say. So, Dan, beautiful spring here in New Mexico. And Dan, I've missed a few nights. Have you decided when you are leaving the Philippines? Okay, so here's the plan. Here's the plan I'll share. So Minnie and I, you know, I have talked to my wife about this, and I said, you know, the time to see the world is in the very beginning of the retirement journey, not towards the end. So I've convinced her. It didn't take much convincing, by the way, that we should be taking off and going to from LAX after we see my mom, and then going to Thailand first, and then see how that works out. Spend maybe a month there, the 30 days that they allow on the visa, and then start working our way south towards the Philippines. So that is going to happen. That's going to happen either the end of June or the beginning of July. So that's what the plans are there. By the way, I have not purchased the plane tickets yet, because I'm waiting, you know, with the fluctuation of fuel and its impact on plane tickets. I'm still trying to figure out if I should be buying the tickets now or waiting until things settle down a little bit. Yes, I believe that you need to do what you have to do in order to improve the quality of your life. Absolutely. And that comes to everything, you know, that comes to everything, including personal care, making sure that you take care of the nose hairs. So listen, if you have nose hairs and you're moving to the Philippines, most likely people will stare at you. That's what
sorry about that, Dan. I got kicked off again.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay. I thought you were getting bored of me.
No. I just trying to clear stuff on it, and it ends up closing me out of what I'm on. And
Lazy Larry says, Dan, I think I would keep the chin whiskers. You know, people wear facial hair over there. It's just that my wife has asked me not to wear facial hair over there. She says it makes me look mean. I tend to agree with her that I ponder things a lot during the day, you know, so I'm pondering, and then sometimes I get this bewildered look on my face where I'm looking like straight ahead, and I don't have any facial expression whatsoever, and people mistake that for me being mean, and so I have to always constantly smile, which is better than frowning. See, and so that, you know, I try
Don't
to
shave your
balance
almost touch, kuya, my gulay.
Say
Eh,
it again.
Don't shave your all your hair in your face. Leave that beard in your
mustache.
You're saying I should
yeah,
leave
your
it.
mustache. Don't shave it.
I don't think I'm going to
Just
win the
trim it. Just
argument.
trim it only.
Trim it. Oh, trim it thin. See, that's a great idea. I have very thin lips.
That's
I
what
have
I
like
did, Dan.
oh
I
yeah,
did
that's
mine,
nice.
Dan.
Thanks. Thanks for using the mixer, Sammy. I need the sound effects. I need the help with the sound effects.
Happy
Well,
Easter, Sammy. Happy Easter, Sammy.
Happy Easter,
Hey,
Robert.
so
And to all of
FL
you
Wood.
guys there in the chat, mega love shout out. Flood, Kuya Larry, Edie, DC, mega love shout out to all of you there.
Hey, check this out though. Check this out. This is shocking. FL Woods is chiming in saying he's laughing, saying finding razors is not a big problem, but it's hard to find shaving cream. So you know what? That
Yeah, true.
is it really, Sammy?
Yeah.
I,
And what do you call this one? It's a little bit expensive too, the shaving cream.
Wow.
really.
Bring the
Yeah.
powder over that you mix with water. That's what I'm going to do.
Well, I use soap and water. So,
But you can easily order it in Shopee, kuya.
Oh, but you can. Well, why not just bring a whole bunch of green soap over in balikbayan boxes,
Yeah,
I'm
you
mixing
can
like
do, kuya. Yeah.
and then you just soap up. But you
yeah,
could use.
because I use body wash in the shower, so I use that pretty much like for
Oh yeah,
when I
you could
burn the
use that.
face up. But see,
Sure.
normally in the wintertime, I was in the habit of growing a beard in the winter. But this winter, I got about halfway through it, and it just started itching me so bad. I said, "No, this thing's got to go." Uh, it off.
Happen.
I said, I was just sitting there scratching like crazy. Hey, Sammy.
Yeah, they have a powder that you mix with water. I don't know if that would do any good or not.
I don't know if you can still get that stuff, Dan, to be honest.
Yeah, you can order anything you want. You can even order blackjack gum or whatever you want on Amazon. They got it
Really?
all. Hey,
I mean,
Daisy Lynn just joined us. I just want to point out that she did a beautiful live stream, and I think she's using StreamYard, and so she got in there and she was playing her supporters' videos, saying, "Hey, support their channels." And I
hmm
was very, very impressed by her live stream. Thanks for joining us, Daisy Lynn Castro, and happy Easter to you. There she is. Hi, Daisy Lynn Castro. So, Sammy, you're saying, Sammy says, don't shave it off. You
Yeah,
say
just
trim.
trim it
You say
only.
trim it. Sammy said, honey. Sammy said,
Yeah.
don't shave it.
Yeah,
Wait, come
just
over
trim it
here.
only, kuya.
My wife
Oh,
wants to
Sisi is
chime
here.
in.
I don't want to share.
Kagwapa ba? Ay, maing gabi.
Ngayong gabi, Sammy, kamusta?
Okay ra kaayo. Mabayot ra gyapon.
He's cold for me. I didn't set for him. He's turning the aircon. I just put on double jacket.
Oh my gosh,
no,
it's hot in here.
the echo was coming from me.
I
Oh,
love you,
okay.
So
sis.
once I went in there, and paused it, it stopped.
Is that the
Yeah.
picture?
Hmm?
Is that thing?
That's Robert, and that's
Oh, Robert,
Sammy.
hi.
Yeah,
Hi.
Robert just started a YouTube
How are you?
channel.
Gwapa ba, oy? Sana all
Okay.
gwapa, no?
Guwapa, ikaw ang guwapa.
Ay,
Kasi
gatay,
that's
uy.
fine. That's fake.
Yeah, I'm a lucky guy, huh? I'm a lucky guy.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you guys.
That's the wifey. Okay, I'm going to talk more now that you have chimed in. Both of you have chimed in. I'm gonna have a little talk with her afterwards and see if I can get away with just trimming it, But I do have chicken lips. That's the thing, Without this
Just
mustache
trim it,
here.
kuya, because it's so gross that if you have a long mustache and then if you drink or if you spit your the water is going
Oh yeah, that's not a bad point he makes. You know. All right, let's see. F.O. Wood says last search was Robinson's Mall in Butuan. Found 6 cans of Gillette Foamy in the last pharmacy. That was the selection. So, oh, okay. Well, did you scoop up all 6 cans? F.L. Woods, did you? Hey, how's Ruby, by the way? Man, oh man, Ruby is like the ever-ready bunny. When she starts doing that Zumba on her live streams, it's amazing. Let's see. Lazy Larry says, my problem is that with a full beard, I look like Santa Claus. So, hey, Lazy Larry, let me ask you then. Do people want to come up and sit on your knee and tell you what they want for Christmas? Sammy, I thought you were going to handle the sound effects for me. I made a joke.
Sorry, because I'm checking. I'm reading the comment too. My kulay kuya ay.
Well, the other reason me, Dan, the other reason for me too, Dan, is that
Yeah.
my beard went totally white.
Oh, okay.
And that's the other reason that I said no. I think I may have mentioned when I chatted on your thing. You know, my mind says I'm 25. My body's saying,
Isn't that amazing? Hey, Robert, isn't that amazing how that happens? How you grow older, and then your thinking and everything is of a young man, but then when you try and climb that steep hill, you know, or take the long hike and stuff like that, the body
Yeah.
gives out. You know, it's just
I don't
weird.
even want. Well, once I get this knee fixed, Dan, I mean, I got physically, I'm out of shape because of the knee, because I'm not as active as I used to be.
Right.
When my knees were working right, I was at a healthy weight. I was very active, but with the knee the way it is, and the pain and the instability, I mean, I've already had a couple instances where I've had a couple of falls because the leg just gives out.
Well, you know,
And I'm
if
just
you
trying to
live
get it
long
fixed.
enough,
Yeah.
you'll be
Well,
bionic. You know,
I'll
they'll be
set
able
up,
to replace everything. You know.
I'll
You'll
set
have
off every metal detector anyway, right?
Yeah, that's right. You'll have a mechanical heart, you know, and you'll be able to run 100 miles per hour.
Yeah. I mean, once I got the left one done, I mean, my mobility and everything just was amazing. Just
Lazy Larry says hi, hun. Hello, she says. Dodger Blue says, Dan, the mustache makes you look like Earl Flynn.
That's going back some years.
It sure is. Yeah, but that makes me comfortable that I'm with the right group of people here. When people make comments like that.
Well, see, that's what amazes me about Sammy was some of the songs that he sings is just seems some old songs.
Yeah, that's
And
the Philippines. They love
yeah,
it.
and
They love
I
some
was just amazed at some of the songs I was hearing being sung.
Right.
I like old songs.
Yeah.
Oldies,
And
but the goodies.
70s,
I mean,
80s, 90s.
especially. Sorry, Sammy. Go ahead.
I like 70s, 80s, and 90s songs.
Yeah, but I just noticed that you cover a wide spectrum of 90s, 80s, 60s, 70s. I mean, you sing a
Yeah.
lot of different eras of music.
Kuya Larry,
So,
I will check it out. Yeah.
But I love it. I love listening to the music. I really do. F.O. Woods was sharing that shaving cream is available on Lazada. You could have it shipped in, but it's $3 a can and $3 to ship. So he was saying that one can lasts about 3 months. So you know, $3 for shipping, that's not too bad.
like I said, then it's just cheaper to use body wash or soap.
Yeah, it's true.
But
So Applewood says Ruby is good, bouncing around, shopping now. Okay, so you guys, you know who Ruby is, right? I think she changed her name. Didn't she used to go by Ruby Licious FL? What's the name of her channel now? Lazy Larry says, Sammy, I finally got the comments turned on. All
Yeah,
right.
I comment there. I comment there, Kuya Larry. And I saw your comment to Kuya Dan.
Okay,
Jason,
Jason.
yes, I am a lady boy and I'm proud on it. And I wasn't hide or lie to every one of you because yeah, if you lie today, it can be a big mess tomorrow. So yeah, so yeah,
I enjoyed the interview that you and Dan did a lot. A lot. I did.
Wow, thanks
Um,
so much for saying that. It's getting some good
and
views.
since I've been in YouTube and all that, I mean, Sammy and Sean have been the two that have kind of guided me through things.
Yeah, I like
And
Sean.
I don't think I'm ever going to be like Sammy. I mean, Sammy's a natural at this stuff. It's unreal.
Really is unbelievable.
yeah.
Um,
Unbelievable.
And I'm not a kind of lady boy too that I'm always wearing makeup, all natural. Yeah, you know. Yeah.
Oh, hey, wait, Sammy, did you see this? Jason's making his
Are,
move.
but
Jason's
yeah,
making his move.
yes, I am single, but I'm not available anymore.
What does that mean, anyway, Sammy? What does that mean? I don't even know what that means.
I'm just being honest. Yeah, I am
I'm
single. To be
joking.
honest, I am single, but not available.
See how you are. See how you
answered
are, Sammy.
you answered the question now.
Why not
Hey, but
anymore?
go ahead.
I'm answering their this one question. Kaya why not anymore? Because yeah what do you call this one I love someone and I know that he loved me too, and that's why I'm not available for now. And I hope that yes but yeah, I'm hoping that
That's a,
our relationship will be stay strong.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm happy
because
for
it's not
Um,
you.
easy that no, I'm not single. Why? Are you double?
no,
Wait,
you're
guys.
triple.
This go on Sammy's string because if I'm down or hurt or something's on my mind, I come off his stream smiling, laughing, and looking at the
And I'm
day
thankful
in
to all
different
of you
ways.
guys. Yeah, I'm so thankful to all of you that you wasn't discriminate me, you wasn't judge me, and you yeah, you support me as well. Thank you so much, guys.
Very nice. Jason's kind of changing up his questions a little bit. He wants to know what a good salary is in the Philippines. What's a good wage, Sammy?
What yeah, what's a good
What's a good
salary?
job in the
What's an
Philippines?
average wage for someone in the Philippines?
To be honest, I only experienced one job. Yeah, and that is in Manila. Back when I was 22 years old, I worked in hotel apprentice, and I can't handle it because ah some what they call this one, some douchebags. Sorry about my words. Yeah,
Hey,
and then I come back to home. I come back here in my province, and I choose to help my dad to be a what do you call this one, a helper. Building boat because yeah, he need help and no one can help him because yeah, I can say that my older brother is a douchebag as selfish,
right.
he don't like to help my dad, so that's why I need to help my dad as well, and that's why I learned a lot. I learned a lot about carpenter,
Hmm.
I
carpenter.
mean, I've seen your finished product. You're an awesome carpenter.
Oh,
Oh, thank you.
wait. FL Woods is saying that Ruby is back to using the name Rubylicious again. So,
Mm.
FL, hey, if you could drop her link in there for us so we can find her, that would be fantastic. I appreciate it. Or if one of you can search her out, that's Rubylicious. So, but we were talking about what a good wage, what could a Filipino earn, and isn't it between $300 and $400 a month or something like that, Sammy? Isn't that an average salary for a working Filipino? I mean, a construction worker is going to make about $10 US per day. That would be about 500 pesos per day, I would say. Am I close on that?
Yes, 500 peso per day.
Right.
And some is 550 peso per day.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. Dodger Blue is saying that what I like about this group is everyone is pretty classy with good people. Thanks so much for saying that, Dodger Blue. We truly
Thank you.
appreciate it. You're not so bad yourself, Dodger Blue, by the way. Jason, is it possible for a foreigner to own property in the
No,
Philippines?
no.
So
If
sorry.
you have
A
if you
condo.
have
You could
wife,
have a
if you have a
condo.
Filipino wife, you can buy and name by your wife or your partner.
Right. That's
Yeah.
right. And so I just wanted to make a comment about that because I get so many comments. So what my wife and I built a house in Bye Bye City, Leyte. It survived the floods. The house is in my wife's name, and people keep sending messages saying, "Oh, when the money runs out, Dan, your wife will leave you." So it's kind of interesting how people react, um, to things like that, But truth of the matter is that it could happen. We've only been married 16 years so far, so I don't know.
Only,
It could,
only.
yeah, exactly. We're just getting started. She could get tired of me and go run off with the milkman or something. But
Only I can
anyway,
advise to some foreigners kuya that don't get rushed of everything because especially if you have a long-term relationship, long distance, yeah, and you can see and then you can feel the goodness of that person, your girlfriend, yeah, or your
that's right.
fiance, that you are in a long distance, but in real life, um yeah, differences because real in real life that yeah, you can see everything that yeah, and you can be regret if it will be mess, something like that. So don't get in a hurry, guys, don't rush.
Right.
And yeah, if you can do, don't give all of your money to your girlfriend that you are not 100% sure. Yeah, because it can be yeah, it's for your own good too as well. Because there's a lot of news here in the Philippines that there's a lot of foreigner that yeah, they are what how can I express this in English? They are palaboy kuya, that they are in the street only asking for food. Give me
Oh, I
money
know. I
to
know.
buy food, something like that, something like this, because they give all their money to the girl that they are in a relationship, and then you know and one foreigner that I cried because I'm so pity to him because he came here, he sell everything there, his properties in United States, and then after a couple of years or months, um he don't have nothing anymore. Yeah, and
Oh
then
my goodness. You have
yeah,
to be
that's why
careful.
I'm advising to all foreigner that don't give all your money. If you come here in the Philippines, save your money for your own good, that you can buy directly ticket to go back to that state, to the States.
There you go. Solid advice.
Yeah.
I think FL Woods is right here too when he says a foreigner can't work in the Philippines, and that about $10 to $12 a day is considered to be, okay salary. He's saying that minimum wage is around 350 pesos, but many work for 200 or less per day. So, well, you know, you can't. There are workarounds, Jason, to building a house in the Philippines. You know, you have to figure it out. You know, but and
Yeah.
also, you know, it has a lot to do with if you, for example, you can get a business visa. You can probably build the house under the business name, but you have to employ Filipinos. You can own it with a Filipino partner. You can probably there are many ways of doing it, you know, but basically you would have to put it in the Filipino citizen's name. And the reason why that law exists in the Philippines, I was reading about it, is because they want the Philippines to, you know, they want it to remain, you know, the land of the Filipino people. They don't want it to be divided up, and you know they've been through so much. They've been through so
Mhm.
much. If you take a look at Filipino history, they wanted to make sure they preserved the Filipino land for Filipinos, and that's the reason why that law exists. So will it ever change? I
Can
don't
I
know if
talk
it'll ever
something to
change. I'm not
Jason
sure.
Sophia? Because I would like him to know this one too. And Jason, yes, you can do that. That you can buy a property and name to your ladyboy girlfriend, but
Yes.
please be careful because yes, I am a ladyboy. I'm not ruining other ladyboy, and then I'm not saying that I am clean, I am perfect. No, I'm not saying like this because there's a lot of ladyboy. There's yeah using their beauty, using their body to get foreigner money, and yeah, and we can see a scammer. And be careful, Jason, be careful of what you are going to decide because regret is always in the last. No regret is in the front.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, that's good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dodger Blue says, Dan, keep the mustache. Minnie will never leave. I hope she doesn't.
My
Let's
gulay.
see.
Jason, foreigner.
Thank you.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Foreigner can't own property, but they can what they call this, they can buy a property named by their partner or their girlfriend, something like that. But make an agreement, guys. Make an agreement that if ever the lady boy or your girlfriend will going to broke up you or to what do you call this one cheat you, you can sell the property and then you can get all the 100% money. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right, but there are other ways to do it too. Like you can lease the land for like a 25 year lease or something like that, where you don't own the land, and then you could build the house on it. So, but the house would be in your name, and you would have the lease on the home. I think it can be done that way. I'm not sure, but there are different ways that it can be structured, you know, under a corporation, you know, different things. But
Mhm.
it gets too complicated for me. It's just easier for me. Here, honey, here's money. Go build a house, you know.
Mhm.
You know, I'll take my chances. So I think this comes up all the time on live streams and videos. People talk about it all the time.
Mhm.
Okay, so yes, F.L. Wood says, "Hey, quite frankly, there's no choice if foreigner can't own land." Yeah,
Or I don't want to. I don't want to own it. I just want to live there.
yeah, you know, and I think I was watching. I don't know if you guys follow Texas Filipinos channel, where he's building the house in Iloilo, but so he approaches it the same way, pretty much the same way that I approached it, and that is that. Yeah, we know the rules and we know the risks, and then you just decide whether you're going to take them or not. And the whole thing is that my wife has as much invested or more invested in the house as I do. That's the whole thing. In other words, it's my wife's land. She paid for it. She paid for the majority of the house. and then I only stepped in and put money in when I started realizing that construction costs were going a little bit crazy. We had to complete the house, otherwise it doesn't have any value. And hey, I get to live there for free, so there you go. So anyway, it comes up a lot. Oh, there you go. There's Ruby's link
Rubilicious.
to her channel. And so if you
Yeah.
guys want to go there and sign up, she's amazing. She's like the Ever Ready Bunny when she does Zumba. What's the process to create a corporation in the Philippines? I don't know. Now you're asking something. Yeah, I never researched it because I never got any interest in it. I mean, maybe once I did. Once it piqued my interest, how you do all those things. But basically, you have to put Filipinos have to make up the majority of your board. It's very complicated, and I think that the bottom line there is you probably don't want to have anything to do with it. FL Wood says, Jason, Airbnb is popping up everywhere and 4 and 5 resorts almost everywhere. Just pick the destination and search. So, yeah, I mean, why the other part of it is Sammy and Robert. I don't know if you believe in this or not, but um, rents are so inexpensive and housing can be so inexpensive that I don't know why you would want to build your own home. Sammy, you just did build your own home, so you could give us some perspective maybe on why you did it. But I mean, why don't you talk a little bit about that process?
Um, I did build my house because I would like to be an independent, um know how to cook by myself, know how what do you call this one, because if you are living with your parents, because there's a lot of Filipino stay to their parents. So some Filipino don't know what is salt, what is oil, yeah, and how to budget groceries, something like that. And then yeah, I would like to be independent, kuya, and then
And then he says, are there any islands in the Philippines that you can rent or purchase? That I have no idea on.
um are there any island? Some, I can say some because I here in my place, last time they have like that someone purchased on already.
And then FL Wood says the risk of owning land or a house is that you may quickly discover that your neighbor just started a piggery or karaoke bar. Yeah, see, the whole thing is that that's one of the reasons why you may want
Yeah.
to move around
And
because
here in my province, kuya, what do you call this one? Making a piggery in a lot of for example, lot of neighbors, it's not allowed because the air pollution. Yeah. The smell of the poop of the pig.
Mm.
hey, and purchasing land ain't that easy. You have to get a lawyer to help you through that. Also, we had to hire a lawyer to make sure that the title on the property was clear. And that can take a lot of work to investigate. It doesn't work like it does in the States or some other Western countries. The deed has to be clear, the title has to be clear. Sometimes many different family members uh, have to be compensated because they are on the title of that land. And so it can get very complicated, how to purchase land in the Philippines. That's why you need legal help. I wouldn't do anything in the Philippines without legal help. And I mean, that's just the way it is. So get a trustworthy lawyer, have a contract drafted and signed with witnesses and notarized. You need a lawyer. Yeah, that's for sure. So Lazy Larry is giving great advice there because I definitely used the lawyer when we put this thing together. So he says, perhaps I can create a corporation, own the revenue stream, and just hire staff, and then have my ladyboy girlfriend be the CEO. There you go. That's an idea. Now you're thinking. Yeah, you have to think outside the box. Uh, I sound like Lindsey Graham when I talk. Do I really? I hadn't noticed that comparison, but okay.
Sana all.
Yeah. So it's possible. Search Google feels government has the info you seek. So there you go. So FL Woods already Googled it. He went to go find out is it possible, and there you go. You can Google
Yeah, you
search
can find
most of
out
that stuff.
everything in Google.
For
Yeah,
retiring, would you recommend Philippines or Japan, or perhaps somewhere in Singapore or Hong Kong? Well, out of all those, the Philippines is the one that is the least expensive to live. So the other places are quite cosmopolitan and expensive.
westernized.
Westernized. I prefer Thailand. I like Thailand. So if I did have a choice, which I don't because I'm married to a Filipina, not a Thai woman, then the infrastructure is a little bit better in Thailand.
Yeah, because South Korea is a lot like that, to where it's just been so westernized
Right.
that it's like being in the United States.
Right. But I think the point of this live stream too was that, how long do you think, Robert, how long do you think, or what will happen when the Philippines become as westernized as the rest
I don't
of
know.
Southeast Asia?
I mean, I think the Filipino people want to hold on to their own culture. They don't want it to be. I don't know. I guess I'm trying to
We
find a
should
word
ask Sammy
for it.
that question. We should ask Sammy that question.
Ah,
Because, Sammy looks like she's chasing around Western culture left and right. That's just an observation. If you think about it, YouTube isn't, Sammy has adapted to YouTube, which is a Western imported technology
Yeah,
platform, if you will. And Sammy jumped right in there because Sammy saw the opportunity. And so Sammy's probably becoming rich because of it. Sammy, what do you think? You becoming rich?
no,
You're not?
no, because it becoming a rich. I will finish directly my house.
But
My
do you
house is
go to
not finished.
Jollibee once in a while?
Here in my near city, kuya, in Bayawan City, we don't have Jollibee yet, and
Okay.
they have they still building it.
Okay, but do you go to any fast food outlet for lunch instead of going to traditional Filipino foods?
To be honest, kuya, I was yeah, if I am only around here in my place in my town, I don't like to eat outside. I would like to cook my own food.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're a little bit insulated right now from, you know, things coming in there that are associated with Western culture. Things like Shakey's Pizza, all these things though you would find not too far away from you in Dumagetti. And so
Uh,
my question is, or my observation is, how long will it last before Levi's show up on the shores of the Philippines?
Levi's.
Western culture.
Yeah, I'm saying Western culture.
When's it
Levi's
going to
are
overflow the Philippines?
yeah, our pants. Levi's are pants. They're
Um,
that used to be made in San Francisco. Shakey's Pizza used to be made here in Sacramento, California, also.
mhm. There's a lot of if we are talking food, yeah, there's a lot of food that imported from United States, especially in a mall there in the city. Mostly most all city kuya they have a lot of imported, but it's too
Right.
expensive
They're
for us a
they're
Filipino.
so are you saying they're catering to the foreigners in Dumagetti?
But yeah,
They're they're catering to them, bringing in the things that they know they want. I guess is what I'm saying.
um I'm not pretty sure on that kuya in Dumaguete City because it's been a while that I wasn't staying in Dumaguete City.
So here, F.L. Woods is saying I had the chance to buy a great waterfront home in Cebu My own white sand
And
beach. A month later, I couldn't get out of there fast enough. That's interesting. Lazy Larry says to Jason, I would suggest the Philippines or Thailand. They are both warmer than the USA. In the Philippines, many people speak English. That's why a lot of people gravitate from the United States to the Philippines, is because English is their second language. But really,
Well,
But
go ahead,
not all
Robert.
Filipino kuya, not all Filipino can speak English. Some Filipino can speak English, but not so good. Yes, I can say that.
Hmm.
Even me, I'm not so good in English, to be honest.
And Dodger Blue says, I wouldn't want to live in Hong Kong under the Chinese rule because, yeah, that's dangerous. Because, the Hong Kong is really under the umbrella of the Chinese Communist government, and Hong Kong was an experiment, a capitalist experiment. It was an experiment in capitalism, and so once they took it over again from British, then you don't know. It's a little bit scary about what they might want to do with it. So Jason says, we consider certain parts of China to be westernized already. Yes, I would. Like Beijing for mainland China. Hong Kong, of course, is insulated because it was a British colony. So that you can't really look at Of course, Hong Kong is westernized. It was a Western colony, but Beijing wasn't. And when you go to Beijing, you see Kentucky Fried Chicken. You see McDonald's. You see all those things there. So Jason says, I think it's time for Philippines to become more Western, but still preserve their values and customs. Any idea on that?
that's what I am.
So, what do you think, Robert?
I hope it doesn't. I hope that the Philippines stays the way it is. I mean, the culture, the people, that it doesn't get, as you would say, why can't I find the words what I want to say? That it doesn't get molested by Western culture too bad. I
But
mean,
can
because
I share an observation with you guys that are here that I've noticed, and that is that whenever you see, I mean, things really do change when you start seeing Western stores start to pop up in Manila and Cebu. I mean, things really do start to change. Things do seem to become more expensive, and the people start behaving a little bit differently, and they
yeah,
start chasing designer clothes and
yeah,
those sorts of things.
that's what I'm talking. When it starts doing that, then everything's going to change along with it.
Right, right.
The food, the clothing, the slang, the everything.
And I'm thinking Sammy might be a little bit of insulated by that because of where Sammy lives. Lazy Larry says, my last girlfriend was Chinese. She wanted me to retire and move to China. She didn't like me saying no way. Well, I guess she's the ex-girlfriend then, huh? Lazy. So F.L. Wood says that much has changed in the Philippines the last 20 years, but much has not and probably will not. So that's kind of good news. That's comforting. That's comforting. Oh, so F.L. Wood says he's laughing because I said Levi's. Levi's already here from China. Yeah, that is funny because Levi's were made in the United States. Now they're coming. Now they're coming from China. Can you give a class on Tagalog? Well, Tagalog is spoken in Manila, and then you have like 4 or 5 different dialects in the Philippines, major dialects, and a whole bunch of offshoots from those dialects. So it all depends
Tagalog
on
is
what,
the
what
mother
region
tongue
you want
kuya.
to live in.
Tagalog is the mother tongue of Filipino, because there's a lot of language here in the Philippines, and mostly people speak Tagalog, so everyone what do you call this one everyone can understand, especially Filipino to Filipino, because there's a lot of ayan, yun, like me. I am Bisaya. I am different to Cebuano. I am different to Ilonggo. So I am mixed. I can speak Ilonggo and Bisaya, Cebuano rather, because Bisaya is a mix, and Cebuano is you can identify the Cebuano can be Bisaya. Yeah, because Bisaya is a mix Ilonggo word. Yeah.
Uh-oh, Sammy. Did you see this question? Jason is
Very ready.
asking, I would love to marry Lady
Yeah, I
Boy.
answered him. Kuya. I answered him in the chat already. Yes, and you can find it in Manila. You can search in Google because there's one church there that they are allowing um same-sex marriage.
And they also allowed, of course, Jason probably knows in the United States. Hey, there's Ruby. There's Ruby. Good morning. How you doing? How's your weekend so far? Okay, there you go. Very good. Sammy's on top of the live stream questions. Ruby says hi, everyone on chat.
Hi. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Hi to you, Bo.
Yeah. Mostly Filipino adding po because yeah, sign of respect. Sammy, do you like the simplicity of the local Filipino culture, or would you do more with it as it is? For me, I like to stay simple, and I can what do you call this one, as long as I am comfortable for what I wear, I am happy. Yeah, I am happy. And I'm not a kind of person that what do you call this, materialistic, that would like to get that thing that I can't afford. Yeah. And as what I say before, I would like to get my needs first before wants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lovely answer. I like it.
That's the way
Yeah.
my
I
dad
like to
raised.
be not be.
Sorry, Sammy. I didn't mean to.
Okay.
That's why my dad raised all me, my brothers and sisters. You know, your needs came first before your wants.
Jay said, would a place like Vietnam also be a retirement destination that still preserves their traditional local culture? It depends. It depends because you have a lot of Westerners flocking to different areas of Vietnam, and I'm not sure. That's one of the explorations I plan on doing, and I probably could answer that question sometime in the future. But Da Nang and is is becoming a destination for a lot of folks in the West. Of course, language is the primary issue, communication, and it's not easy to learn how to speak Vietnamese, I understand. So, but hey, I'll check it out and I'll let you know. Hi to you, Lazy Larry, Ruby says. And do you guys have any plans for Easter? Maybe a drinking party or something? Not me.
Me
What about
too.
you
Me
guys?
too. Not me too. I'm happy with to spend my time with my family. Yeah, swimming in the ocean.
You're not you're not gonna have
Easy.
lechon and tuba
Oh
wine?
yeah, I can't afford that at the moment. Yeah. You know
Okay.
already, kuya, that we don't have salary for 2 months.
All right.
And my birthday is coming, kuya. Yeah, my birthday is coming.
Oh,
So I
really?
need
When's your birthday?
in on 30th, kuya.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, you guys heard it here live. So Dan, when you go to Thailand, will you be able to go to Cambodia and Angkor Wat? It looks incredible. Yeah, I didn't realize. So there's a story, Dodger Blue. I didn't realize how close I was to Angkor Wat and all that. When you're well, when you're in Thailand, the northern part, like Chiang Mai, you just kind of like take a plane over. I think from Chiang Mai, you can go to Cambodia, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to check that out the next time, or rather drive even. So I'm going to check that out the next time that I'm there. Minnie and I will be there soon, and we're going to check all that out. We do definitely plan on going into Myanmar, or Burma, as they used to call it. That was something we wanted to do last time. We didn't get an opportunity to do, but we're going to do it this time. How much would it cost to keep your HRT medications? Oh, you got me on that. You
Hormone
got me on
treatment.
that.
Is that a hormone treatment, Jason? Are you asking to me? And you are asking about hormone treatment, kuya, Jason. I'm only using Diane pill made in Germany or Thailand, and it can how much is it? 550 peso per box, and that is 21 tablet. And I'm taking 2 tablet per night. Yeah.
Okay.
Rubilicious, thank you so much for the greeting.
Okay. Reme is here. Hey, thanks for dropping by. Adapting Western culture is fine. Globalization has its benefits along with it. If used correctly, appreciate other cultures, learn from them, but not let it consume you and throw your own culture away. I think that's solid advice. I also kind of, Guy, I'm amazed. I kind of agree with that statement that globalization has its benefits, and I think that is actually what's occurring at present, especially when it comes to housing. And since housing is one of the most expensive things that we have to deal with in the West, I think that they're working on trying to bring the cost of housing in the West down while kind of raising the cost of housing in other parts of the world, so that they don't, I don't think in the globalization, the whole idea behind it, I think, is that everybody lives kind of like at the same level where it's not necessary for folks to migrate and move around so much because they're trying to get things like food production and housing and all this other stuff under control. Because right now there's a real, it's not balanced. And so they're trying to balance everything out. So people in the West can say that that's anti-capitalist, I suppose, but it's not really. I mean, here in the West, people spend almost 50 or 60% of their income on housing, and that's absolutely crazy. And then in other parts of the world, they pay 5 or 10% for housing or less. So geopolitics is what this is all about. Geopolitics. Let's see, Jason. Most Filipinas are and lady boys are not westernized. They don't give a squat about luxury and design or anything. If you're I would say that's true. If you're in the province, I would say that's true. I'm not sure it's true. I'm not sure it's true everywhere, but I don't mind telling you I've dated a few Filipinas that were very materialistic. They were very focused that direction, and so it all depends. I guess it depends on the region of the country. A city is going to have more influence over you for those types of things. We have big super malls in places like Manila, like the Mall of Asia, and it's one of the most amazing commercial areas that I've ever been in. And you go into BGC and other areas of and IT Park and Ayala and Cebu, and you get the same. You get areas of those cities where they're just ultra modern. You think that you were in Singapore. Speaking of Singapore, so yes, absolutely. There's Sammy dropping her link. I learned Vietnamese watching anime and reading the Torah. Oh, okay. Oh, that's great. I would try Vietnam. I would try taking a look at Vietnam. Housing and the cost of living is very inexpensive. It's probably cheaper in living some parts of Vietnam than it is actually in the Philippines. So then probably learning languages is your thing, and it probably would come easy to you. I'm thinking.
True. And Bisayan language kuya is so easy to learn because it yeah, it looks like like yan.
Okay, Ruby says, advance happy birthday, Sammy.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
happy advance birthday, Sammy.
Thank you, Robert.
Dan, I hate to jump off of here, but got some things I'm gonna have to take care of,
All right, thanks for joining us. We really
and I appreciate you having me up here. I didn't hear you, Sammy. Apologize.
Thank you so much for coming up here in Kuya Dan.
Oh, I like Dan a lot. I do. I mean, I like his stream,
That's
and
why.
I love your stream. You know that. I mean, and plus I'm starting to go on other people's streams now also. Um, but thank you for having me up here, Dan.
You bet. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
All right, you have yourself the rest of your Easter, or have a wonderful Easter.
Hey, same to you and yours. You take care of yourself.
And you, Sammy, you have a great Easter, and with you and your family.
So, and I like one. And take care always of
Bye.
yours.
Bye.
That was nice.
Yeah. Um.
Okay, so let's see. Language, yes. If you have the knack for learning languages, you know, you got to go for it. Linguistics isn't my strong point at all. So okay, you guys are connected. That's great. And Reme, how are you doing? Salamat Sisi. But if I get a lady boy girlfriend, I would need to take into consideration the monthly cost of her HRT. Any days? Well, they in the Philippines they have PhilHealth. So, is that what you're talking about? Insurance? I'm not sure. Sammy?
But if I get a lady boy girlfriend, I would. And that's depend Jisan. Yeah, that's depend of if you're lady boy because me I am only want my muscle burnt out because I'm always working heavy tools, yeah, electric tools. That's why I take hormone. Before I wasn't take hormone because but now I like to take hormone because I would like to be a little bit feminine as well. Yeah, to add my confidence.
So, Ria May, are you still work? She was saying she's working on her thesis paper. Is it undergraduate or graduate work thesis paper? I'm just curious about that. Are you working on a graduate degree? So, Robert, when are you planning on doing your other? Oh, he's gone now. I hope he does it soon, though. That sooner he gets a knee replacement done, the sooner he can get over to the Philippines. Lazy Larry says, I too must wish Sammy an early happy birthday.
Thank you so much, Kuya.
Oh, no, no. Here, I knew this was coming. Jason, I knew this was coming.
To the Philippines sometime this year. Yeah, I reply him in the comment ko yeah that yeah, you are free to add me Jason, same name, or if you can't find me, go to my channel and then you can have there yeah, you can go to my about section and then you can see there my Facebook yeah, my Facebook.
Lazy Larry is saying other languages, he has trouble with English. Same here. Same here.
And as what I observed ko yan, not all foreigner that know what do you call this one, they have a good English. Yeah. Especially the grammar. Not all foreigner that have a good grammar, to be honest. And how about Filipino? We are not a good in grammar. We are not good in grammar as well. So people, as what I can say, we are not perfect, but um, try hard to be. Yeah, not to be. Just try and try. This Rebel Vlogs, I saw you there. Big love shout out to you.
Hey, Sess. I see Sess is here.
Yeah.
So it says, let's see. So Reme is working on an undergraduate thesis. Oh, geez. I'm glad those years are behind me. I'm glad they are. But hey, I wanted to give you some advice about that. Make sure that you save everything that you write, especially your research work. If I give you advice on that, because if you plan on furthering your education and you go for a graduate degree, then all you have to do is fall back on those research that you already did, and you do a historical review in that graduate degree, and all the stuff you're doing now will come in handy. So if you move forward and you start doing graduate work, make sure you don't dispose of or get rid of all that research that you did for that undergraduate thesis. I'm just giving you that advice. Lucky for me, I saved everything and I was able to do my historical review and my grad thesis. Boom, 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 boom. And I knocked out the thesis in about, I don't know, it only took me a month or month and a half. My grad advisor was very impressed. So he couldn't believe that I did it, that I could knock it out that fast. Can a foreigner work in government in the Philippines? You can work in your own government, for your own government in the Philippines, I would say. I'm not sure you can work in,
Only I can say
governmental.
on that kuya is that's depend. That's
Yeah.
depend.
Hi, Sess. Yes, happy Easter to you and yours too. I hope things are going well for you and enjoy your Easter
She says
weekend.
na ako'y binignit tiya bishi.
Lazy Larry says, happy Easter. Yes, it's hard to do research on a thesis. It depends. Yeah. All right. Well, good. Well, good. I'm glad you guys are hooking up.
Sure, this one. Yeah.
Oh, I saw this. Hey, Dodger Blue. I think I saw the same video,
Clear about the
and then how it got under control. That was like, was that on Old Dog? Paul in the Philippines. Old Dog New Tricks. I saw that one,
I saw that one too in the what do you call this one in Facebook kuya.
and he was worried about amputation, something like that.
I forgot his name. I forgot his name. He's one of my friends too. That he have diabetic and then
It does sound like everything worked out. That it's healing. The wound is healing.
no more
Oh,
being
no more beignet. Okay. Did I say that right? Oh, kimchi is good for you. Kimchi is very healthy.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to keep all that research. You don't want to have to do it twice, especially if you move on to grad school. That's the secret, you know. Oh, music and the neighbor is so loud. Oh no. I'm sorry, Seth. Parties everywhere, I'm sure. And Seth says hi, Remy. Yeah, diabetes, yeah. And so you're fighting diabetes, and then you get an infection, and then you got double trouble you have to deal with. You have to give antibiotics, and you have to watch to see if they work, and then you have to give stronger antibiotics if they don't work. Hi, Dodger Blue. Oh, steamed sweet potato and banana. That sounds delicious. Dodger Blue says, hey. What's Mr. Dutorte doing for the ladyboy community? I'm happy to hear that that a ladyboy can marry now in the Philippines. What do you got, Sammy, on that one?
I'm not pretty
Then Jason says, Dan, have you started any companies in the Philippines? No, but you know, I have thought about it. But here's the whole thing, Jason. When you get to my age and you're at retirement age, you just want to go. You kind of start thinking about going over there and just enjoying life. You know,
sure.
not reinventing the wheel, just sort of like going with the flow. And I have thought about it though, but I'm kind of like thinking that all that stuff is behind me now, and it's just a matter of, you know, relaxing and enjoying the rest of whatever time I have left on this planet. So,
Um,
wow, Ruby saved you.
yeah.
Yeah. Did she take you to the herbalist? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, FL Woods. I know a couple of things, right? Don't build your house under the witch's tree. That's number one. Do not do it. You'll have problems. Is it legal now? Both sexes can marry
There's
her.
one church in Manila. There's one church in Manila. Maybe in Quiapo area. Yeah.
Let's see. I hear a lot about buying it out in the Philippines. Is that possible? I wonder how much that would cost. You got me. I'm not in the market to buy an island.
Yeah.
I imagine it can be done. Okay, well, enjoyed having you here also. And
Yummy. Later.
bye bye. You take care, Ray May. Thanks for stopping by. We really had a lot of fun. Truly appreciate it. Take care of yourself.
This trouble bug. Yeah, indeed. That's true.
If
Enjoy.
you are young, it's assessed as if you are young, it's a good idea to have a business. But if you're retired, you just spend your time enjoying life. Go travel. Yeah, and that's what the plan is. Yeah, I think that's sound advice from Sess.
Jason asked me clear that yes, Jason, I know Marla and they are one of my subscriber. The two couple is one they are my subscriber too. Yeah, and then we are connected to as well in Facebook, and we are taking a video call sometimes, and we talk, and
Okay. All righty. Well, I think we're about at my limit as far as time. So I want to thank everybody for dropping by and saying hello. And I thought it was a fun stream. And so we'll do it again a week from now. And so I wish everyone has a pleasant rest of their weekend, a happy Easter, and we'll see everybody on the next live stream. Take care of yourself, you guys. Bye bye.